what is an environment that I could go into that would help my growth? And what is an environment that might seem uncomfortable, it might seem anxiety-provoking, that I could put myself into that might pay dividends, it might pay me back?
We're not saying to do this every day. We're not saying to go to an event every weekend. No, I think that that's unintelligent. I think what's smart is get into a new environment, learn, grow, expand, then refocus on a new runway, then do it again.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 925, last week's live podcast, Why Most People Never Achieve Their Goals. Today, for episode number 926, why entering a new environment is so important. It is truly mind-blowing that we have 926 episodes. I feel like we just crossed 900, so 26 have gone by very, very quickly. So, understand this. Well, before, we did Next Level Live on Saturday. If you're listening to this, it's Wednesday, and it was awesome. It was a wonderful event. Alan and I feel like we did really good on stage. Dr. Taryn, Tori did amazing. Everything was, all things considered, a very big success. And a lot of our episodes from this week, the motivation behind them is from this event. So new opportunities present themselves when you present yourself first. I saw Alan smirking.
Yeah.
Let me do it again. New opportunities present themselves when you present yourself first. Boom. So somebody came up to me after the event, and this is always super weird, and Alan, I'm sure it's probably weird for you too, but somebody came up to me and shook my hand, and this gentleman said, I didn't know what to expect. I've never been to anything like this, but somebody I know suggested I come, and I found myself in this room, and I really took a lot away from the experience. I am newly retired, and I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do with the rest of my life, and I have so many people pulling on me and a lot of different expectations. And I just want you to know that today changed the way I think about what I'll do in the future. And it's a very humbling thing to have somebody say that to you. But this person came into a new environment that they had never been in, they didn't expect to be in, maybe they didn't feel like they belonged in, and they got a new perspective. And that new perspective might be the most important perspective they've ever got in their entire life. This person could have come to the event and not taken any notes, not paid attention, not been focused on growth. But the fact that they were in a new environment with new opportunities, their life is completely different now. Now, when I say that, does it mean their life changed in that moment? No, but what if they look at one thing differently forever? What if they question one thing that they've never questioned before? You know what? I thought I was just going to retire, but is there something else I'd rather do with my time? So this person being in that new environment hopefully changed their life in a positive manner. I had somebody, Alan, and I remember when I was talking to this person, I said, you have to sign up for group coaching. Not only because you're going to learn a bunch of different stuff, but you're going to realize how next level you actually are. I've said that to several people because the beautiful thing about group coaching is there's a bunch of different people at different levels. And I said, you're going to realize that you're further along in business than you realize. You're further along in podcasting. You're further along in speaking. You're further along in coaching. That new environment reshaped that person's perspective forever. So if you're feeling stuck, I think this is one of the reasons why, because you're not necessarily getting into new environments. Ask yourself, if I was being unreasonably open-minded today, I was feeling very courageous, very brave. What is an environment that I could go into that would help my growth? And what is an environment that might seem uncomfortable, it might seem anxiety-provoking, that I could put myself into that might pay dividends, it might pay me back? Asking yourself powerful questions like that is a wonderful way to change your life because you have to give yourself powerful answers and you can take powerful action after the fact.
So this was back in 2017, and I ran into an old friend at a party, and this old friend said, we got to do the podcast. And he was referring to, at the time, my podcast called Conversations Change Lives. And this person said, I'd really love to be a guest on your show. Let's do it. I'm going to show up at your place tomorrow at 2 p.m. and I'm going to drive you to a location and we're going to record this thing. And we did that. It was me, my friend Andrew at the time, and Kevin. Fast forward, I'm in the bathroom, and Kevin is talking to Andrew saying, can you imagine if you could do this for a living? And Andrew said, you can. There's a lot of people who do. Fast forward, Kevin starts his own podcast called the Hyperconscious Podcast, and he invites me as his first guest. I come over, I show up late, Naturally. 15 minutes late, but I end up showing up. Long drive, I end up doing it though. These two individuals decide that they're podcasters and that they want to team up and they want the Conversations Change Lives meets Hyperconscious Podcast, and they start meeting up weekly and going deep. Fast forward, they realize, okay, we're not going to be able to keep that title. That's no good. One of the individuals, or both of the individuals rather, go to an event in Arizona. Again, new environments. An event in Arizona at Brendan Burchard, and I run into someone named Alex, and I'll just keep it anonymous. Alex, I'm helping him with fitness stuff because I'm a fitness coach and fitness competitor at the time, and Alex says, I want to coach you. You're unbelievable. Do you ever give away equity? Because I want to coach you for equity. That's sometimes what I do, because normally I get paid $50,000 a year to coach someone. And I said, I'm not willing to give away equity, but let's give this thing a shot. He said, okay, I'll do it for free at first. Starts coaching me. And this person is saying, what are your dreams? What are your goals? And I start listing them all out. Greatest natural aesthetic fitness model and fitness coach and podcaster and speaker and all these goals. Tons of them. List them all out. Said, Alan, if you had to choose only one, which one would you choose? And I said, nope, going to achieve them all. And he's like, no, just bear with me. Okay, if you had to choose one, which one's the one you choose? Imagine just hypothetically, you have to choose one. I said, honestly, it's the podcast. It's the most fulfilling. It's when I get to speak, but I don't have to be invited to speak. I kind of get to go to the gym on my own terms, so to speak, practice my craft. And we have listeners that are reaching out to us. You know, Tiff reached out, a bunch of other people reached out at that point, telling us that we changed their lives. And so it's the most fulfilling. It's where I get to do my thing. Kevin and I have a really good rapport. Awesome. He said, okay, here's the secret. If you go all in on that one, you get to have all the rest. And all the rest was coaching and speaking and training and consulting and business and fitness and all those other ones. He was absolutely right. Alex, thank you, Alex. Here's my point. Here we are, the Hyperconscious Podcast transformed into Next Level University, 926 episodes in. And none of that would have happened if Kevin didn't have the courage to go into a new environment to a party that he was uncertain at, that was invited to by one of our mutual friends, Matt. And you ran into me and Courtney, and you talked to me about the podcast, and then you had the courage to say, no, let's do this thing. And that one new environment sparked a bunch of other new environments. And now we've been to San Diego together, and we've been to Arizona together, and we've been to Florida together. We lived together in Florida. We've been on the Pacific Coast Highway together. We've been to Toronto and Canada together. We've spoken all over the world together. We have listeners in 120 countries now. Okay, all of that happened because Kevin and I had the courage to get outside our comfort zone and get into a new environment. So, what is possible for you if you actually had the courage to go into an uncomfortable environment? Networking events like Next Level Live, and I don't even know if I want to call it a networking event because Kevin and I really don't network. No. We're there to change the lives of individuals who come. We're there to learn. Learning events is what we'll call them for this episode. So Next Level Live is a learning event where you get in a new environment with new people, and it's supposed to shake you up and unlock something in you that was always there, but it was lying dormant. And that's what Next Level Live did. And I'm not going to lie, the beginning of the event is uncomfortable. People don't know each other. People are getting coffee and donuts, and some people are eating, and some people are setting up equipment, some people are at the registration table, and there's photographers everywhere, there's flashes, you're signing consent forms for the content, there's a videographer, and there's a lot going on. And it can be uncomfortable, especially when most of us are used to COVID, where we weren't seeing a ton of people. But once you get through that discomfort, it unlocks something in you that's different because you're in a new environment. And Kevin and I have so many stories now that I know you'll hear over these episodes, not just this week, but from now on, with people that just, we unlocked something in them. Not we, but the environment, the speakers, and the individuals, and the staff, and the team, and the food, and the coffee, and the music, and the playlist, and all of it. It just unlocks something in you. And Kevin and I have been to events that were incredible, and they've changed our lives. And so are you living, your life in a way where it's so in your comfort zone that you're just not expanding, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not extending? And maybe just take a chance and get into a new environment. Start small like Kevin did going to that party. Because if Kevin had never gone to that party that Matt suggested he go to, in Uxbridge, Massachusetts, all those years ago in circa 2017, we wouldn't be here today. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true.
Hey guys, my name is Jacob Valdalon, and I just finished Next Level Group Coaching. When I joined, I wasn't sure what I was walking into. But during the entire course and the program, I figured out it's not something that I wanted to do, it's something I needed to do. They helped set me on the right path with learning how to do PPTs, peak performance tracking, and every 2 weeks I was gaining new awarenesses and getting a lot more happier, first of all, in my health, wealth, and love, but also winning more practically and tactically in business. So if you're looking to upgrade your life and get to that next level, definitely sign up for that group coaching.
I was thinking of an analogy, Alan, while you were talking. I'm thinking, okay, what can I try to land here with an analogy? I don't think I have necessarily a good one, but I'm thinking that if you were to go to, imagine this, you're going to a paint store. It's a little town paint store, very small town. I remember we used to have a movie store in Uxbridge, Massachusetts called Gary Video back when I was younger. They didn't have all the movies that Blockbuster had. We'll say that. You go into Gary Video. It's a little store, tiny, and he has a pet iguana and a pet pug. And that's true. Both of those are true. He had an iguana and a pug in the studio, or in the store. And there were some movies in there. But if you went in there expecting to find the newest blockbuster film, the thing that just came out with Sylvester Stallone or whatever it may have been, you probably would have been disappointed. But when you go into a new environment, a Blockbuster, they have all the movies, and they have snacks, and they have popcorn, and they have Milk Duds, and they have everything you could ever need. If you're going into the same environment with the same people, you're going to have the same opportunities and most likely the same results. If you want to get the new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, you got to go to Blockbuster.
Strong work.
What do you think?
Did
it land?
Good. Yeah, it landed.
A tough one. Shout out to Gary Video back in the day.
Gary Video. I remember Gary Video.
I used to go to Nico's.
Yeah, I used to go to, that's right, it was in the same building, right, as Nico's now? Mm-hmm. So interesting. Emilia and I live in a condo in the same town that Kevin's referring to, and Nico's is not far, and every time Kevin comes here, we get Nico's, because it's roasted chicken, and it's delicious, so and pizza, and roasted, all the things. All right, so the question we want you to ask yourself before we go here, when was the last time you got outside of your normal environment? We're not saying to do this every day. We're not saying to go to an event every weekend. No, I think that that's unintelligent. I think what's smart is get into a new environment, learn, grow, expand, then refocus on a new runway, then do it again. And Emilia and I are going away on our adventure, our quarterly adventure this next upcoming weekend, and I guarantee you that new environment, that week's episodes will be a little bit more juicy, for lack of better phrasing, because we went into a new environment and had new experiences. Life is a constant progression of expansion and refocus. But if you're in the same environments with the same people all the time, you're not going to expand. You're not going to grow.
Next Level Nation, if you are not local to us, maybe you're across the country, maybe you're on another continent, wherever it may be, you may not have had the opportunity to come visit us at Next Level Live. We are actually going to repurpose that entire day into an online training. So it's going to be an online event. It'll be only the good stuff. You won't have to sit through any quiet spots, but we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to grow. And we know there was a bunch of you who wanted to come but weren't able to make it, and we want to make sure that you can get that value. So keep your ears and eyes peeled. We still have to do all the video and all that stuff, but I expect in the next couple weeks that will be up, and we will get that up on the website, and we will obviously be talking more about it as it comes out.
Maybe, like Kevin said, you couldn't have gone to the live event, but you can attend the digital event. See what I did there? Also, we announced the Next Level University retreat, which is Labor Day weekend. I don't know the exact dates. I think it's September 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I believe. Kevin's checking right now. But also, one last shout out as well. If you do want in on the retreat, there's only 14 spots total, and it's a mansion in Maine. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a chef on site. It's 2.5 days. Dr. Taryn, Torioletto, myself, and Kevin, and then we're currently locking down the 5th speaker. It'll be 5 4-hour sessions, and then in the evenings, we're going to have dinner together under the stars, bonfires. It's going to be unbelievable. If you want more information on that, please reach out to me directly and or Kevin. Also, group coaching, April 19th opens. This will be group 6. If you are interested in group coaching, reach out to me or Kevin. We can send you the Instagram handles of individuals who have been through it before so that you have certainty that it's worth it. And we also have a promo code for listeners of this show that we can use. So reach out to us directly if you want in. We already have 4 spots gone, so 6 spots left. And for the retreat, there's also 5 spots gone, so there's 9 spots left as of right now. But I actually think that might sell out this week. So get on it, reach out, and all of our information is in the show notes.
The retreat, you will fly into Maine on Friday, September 2nd, and we have a full day on Saturday the 3rd. We have a full day on Sunday the 4th, and then we have a half day on Monday the 5th, and you would fly out Monday. So you'll be able to get home Monday evening, depending on where you live. And it's going to be very, 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 very valuable. And think of this. Not only are you going to learn a ton, but you're going to meet other people at a very deep level. And these people want to get to the next level. They want better results. That's why they're investing in themselves at such a deep level. So Alan and I have met a lot of people at events that we've been to, whether it was a Brendan Burchard event or when we saw Dave Meltzer speak or we went to Colorado. We had Lauren Johnson on. We record these on Monday. We interviewed Lauren Johnson today. We actually met her at an event in Colorado, and now she is a friend and somebody who might actually be at that retreat. So things happen when going to what we said earlier, getting out of the environment you're in, getting into a new one, everything changes. Tomorrow.
One more quick thing, Kev.
Oh my
Real
Lord.
Quick. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
One
no,
quick thing.
you're good. You're good.
There was someone who reached out to me and said, well, I'm not sure. Is it all inclusive? What's included? So I just want to say this. So there's a link in the show notes for the retreat landing page. One thing we didn't say on the landing page yet, but I did ping Alessandro about this, is that it's all inclusive. Like you're staying at this mansion. There's a chef on site. It's all inclusive. So when you buy your ticket, you don't have to pay for anything except for travel. So just getting to the venue is the only thing you have to pay for. Everything else is all included.
It's a incredible deal.
Yeah.
It really is. It's an incredible deal. Most people, we were looking the other day, it was $10,000 for a similar thing. And I don't think any of the travel was included with that, and it was something else too. So yeah, make sure you get on it. It's going to be a game changer for sure. Tomorrow, for episode number 927, it is last week's live Q&A. And I know a lot of our listeners deal with this. How do you keep going when your family doesn't believe in you? When your family doesn't support you and they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing? Very powerful question, and hopefully it will be powerful answers for you. As always, we love you, appreciate you, grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we do not have fans, we have family.
Please reach out.